Hello, it's Peter Bradshaw from The Guardian here. I'm at the Toronto Film Festival, which is happening online, and as you know, I've been under enormous industry pressure to paywall this vlog, but I haven't, because I believe in open journalism. Oh! But before you all start supping up the free content, could you watch this?
Click on the link below and buy Peter Bradshaw's new book, a collection of his film reviews, entitled The Films That Made Me. In the immortal words of Take That, it only takes a minute. Actually, it takes slightly less than that.
The first thing at Toronto I want to talk about is the new film from Francis Lee, who directed God's Own Country. It's called Ammonite, and it stars SAOIRSE Ronan and Kate Winslet.
Beautiful. It pleases me you struck up a friendship together.
What is it? Something? Nothing?
This is a movie that returns us to the open secret of Victorian sexuality, and it reminded me in some ways of the now rather unfashionable books on this subject, like Ronald Pearsall's The Worm in the Bud, or Stephen Marcus's The Other Victorians. This film is about the real-life Victorian paleontologist and fossil hunter Mary Anning, whose brilliant scientific discoveries were smoothly appropriated without acknowledgement by the all-male scientific establishment. But she took some comfort in her lifelong friendship with fellow geologist Charlotte Murchison. Now, what form might that friendship have taken, away from the historical record, away from the male gaze, away from the patriarchal heterosexual gaze? Francis Lee imagines, speculatively, that it took a romantic form, and SAOIRSE Ronan plays Charlotte Murchison and Kate Winslet plays Mary Anning. This is a very bodiced and bonneted movie set in Lyme Regis, and if you wanted to be facetious, you could say that it's about the two French lieutenant's women, although it's not clear which of the two is Jeremy Irons and which is Meryl Streep. In a way, they both are both. Ammonite is interesting because it's about eroticism and erotic transgression, set against the rather unerotic background of fossils and fossil hunting, although by that token, it's also about digging out the evidence of vivid and present life in an unexpected context. Francis Lee imagines Charlotte Murchison not as an established scientist, but effectively as a civilian amateur, a depressed upper-middle-class married woman whose insufferable scientist husband asks Mary Anning if his wife may be allowed to lodge with her so the healthy sea air and wholesome scientific thoughts might cure her depression. But that, of course, is not exactly what happens. SAOIRSE Ronan is pale and interesting in the classic Victorian sense, and also sprightly and funny and rather neurotic. And Kate Winslet is tough and dour and businesslike and physically strong and very sensual. And there is something rather exciting in the thespian sense of seeing two almighty stars of this calibre team up. There's a kind of King Kong versus Godzilla clash, and it's rather thrilling. Weirdly, despite being based on real-life historical figures, Ammonite struck me as slightly less real than the people in Francis Lee's earlier film, God's Own Country. But it's still an absolutely excellent, intelligent movie with marvellous performances. That's all I've got time for right now. I hope maybe to return to this online Toronto Film Festival soon. I'd like to say that if you subscribe to this vlog, you'll get extra premium luxury bonus content. I'd like to say that, but I can't because you won't. All you'll get if you subscribe is that marvellous sense of having done the right thing. And isn't that enough?